Hello, everyone. We're Hadi and Sarah, and welcome to our channel Chronicast. Today, we have an exciting and insightful story that will keep you hooked until the very end. Once upon a time, in a small and peaceful village, there lived a carpenter named Thomas. He was renowned for his skill and precision, and everyone in the village admired his work. His small workshop was always filled with the sweet scent of wood, shiny tools, and extraordinary creations that amazed both children and adults. Thomas had spent decades crafting masterpieces, and now, after years of hard work, he wanted to retire and enjoy a peaceful life. But his longtime employer, a wealthy man who often commissioned large building projects, smiled and said, "Thomas, before you retire, I have one last task for you. Build a house for me, and then you may step away from work forever." Thomas accepted gladly, though with a little worry. He thought, "This is my final house. I can build it quickly and then relax." Deep down, he knew he still had to maintain his usual high standards, as his reputation was tied to the quality of his work. The days went by, and Thomas began his work. At first, he was careful, measuring every piece of wood and hammering every nail precisely. But gradually, fatigue and the desire to finish quickly began to take over. He kept telling himself, "Why spend so much time? The sooner this house is done, the better." With increasing haste, he cut the wood carelessly, hammered the nails half-heartedly, and left corners uneven. Tiny cracks appeared in the walls and floors, but Thomas ignored them. Every day as he left the workshop, he felt the house was nearing completion, but a small voice inside him knew he was making mistakes. Finally, the big day arrived. The wealthy man came, dressed impeccably and accompanied by several guests. Thomas's heart raced. His hands were still tired, and he held his breath as the man walked through the house, inspecting every detail: the walls, the floors, the ceiling, and even the small doors. Then, with a mysterious smile, the man looked at Thomas and said, "This house is for you." Thomas was stunned. The house he had built in haste and carelessness was now a gift for himself. Suddenly, regret and remorse filled his heart. The small cracks, the uneven corners, the half-driven nails, all were reminders of his lack of care. He realized that the more we rush and neglect our work, the sooner the consequences return to us. For a few moments, Thomas stood in silence, looking at the house. From that day on, he vowed that every task he undertook, no matter how small, would be done with patience, care, and respect for his craft, even if it took more time.